Wagon Customs Dash lining up next here. On row 1, Doc Watson, Scott Thomason. Row 2, Borowski and Whiteman. Row 3, Jack Young and Brendan Howell. Row 4, Reese Reimers and Joe Canellis. Row 5, Ernie Williams Jr. and Zach Miller. And on row 6, Jeremy Christensen. These guys battling for the last 8 spots. For 12 laps, who will make the feature? Coming around to the green flag, led by Doc Watson. And we're off. Watson will jump out to that early lead. He goes right up to the top. Thomason cuts underneath him. He's going to make a move into 3. Sliding up the track. Thomason takes the lead. Watson right back to the bumper of Thomason. Josh Whiteman getting up there in the second spot. He's going to go to the bottom side of the track all the way down to the grass. They're side by side on the exit of 2. Whiteman going to take the lead. Going into turn 3 and 4. Whiteman goes back down to the bottom. Thomason can't get back up to his bumper. Lap number 1 is going to be Thomason, Whiteman, Thomason, Watson, Young, Borowski, Howell, Reimers, Miller. Back for that transfer spot, we've got Zach Miller, Ernie Williams, Reese Reimers, Christensen, all battling it out. Borowski sitting in that transfer spot right now. Borowski in 8th, Christensen in 9th. A little bit of contact. Oh, and Borowski up into the wall. That's going to end his night. What a terrible finish to that. Just terrible luck there. Reimers now in the 8th position. But this race is not over for that transfer with 7 laps to go now. 8th, 9th, and 10th right on top of each other. Christensen down to the bottom. He's going to take that transfer spot. Reimers is going to take it back on the exit of 2. Christensen back down to the bottom. This is horse race here. I wouldn't count Joe Canellis out back there either. He is giving it all he's got. Christensen slides up to the cushion, gets a little loose. Reimers makes a run back down on the bottom. Reimers back to the cushion. Now we're single file here. Just 5 laps to go. At this point, Christensen pulling out to a little bit of a lead for that transfer spot. Currently your transfers Whiteman, Young, Thomason, Williams, Miller, Howell, Watson, and Christensen. Front, everybody pretty spread out right now. Come around this time by, we'll go 3 to go. Christensen gets around Watson. Now Watson on the bubble. Is Reimers going to have anything for Watson? Let's see. Watson gets a little sideways in the middle of the corner. Reimers checks up to miss him. Watson get that wing go way back. He gets the wall a little bit on the exit of 4. 2 to go. Reimers tries to make a move on the bottom. Watson holding that top line, which I think is faster right now. Reimers kind of running the middle, right through the slick. Reimers going to move up into that transfer position, taking the white flag. Going into turn 1, what's he going to do? He's going to go down to the bottom. He's going to stick it on the bottom. Watson's going to slide him in turn 4. They're both in the slick right now. It's a drag race to the finish. It's going to be Reimers at the line. Whiteman, Williams, Young, Miller, Thomason, Howell, Christensen, and Reimers transferring. Watson, Canales, and Borowski not making the show tonight. It's time for your Devin Maines Design Simrat Market No Limit Sprint Car Dash. Trevor Royer, Brent Hagan on the front row. Chad Griggs, Vinny Sansone. Row 2, Connor Dudek, Gunnar Harris. And row 3. And they're on it. Royer's out to that early lead. Griggs is going to run the bottom. He's going to pull out a little bit on them. Griggs makes second place work, but Dudek's going to go back down to the bottom. He's going to drive it straight through the middle of the track. He's got the grip on the exit. He's going to try to make a move on Royer, but can't quite pull it off. Royer still on the top. Dudek on the bottom. Dudek wheel to wheel with Royer now. Dudek's going to pull into the lead. He's going to pull up to the middle of the track. Again, kind of running that diamond line. Royer's going to lead this lap. Dudek still pulling the bottom. He's going to have it on the exit of turn number 2. Dudek pulls up to the top in front of Royer. Dudek into the lead. Again, the diamond line in turn 3. Royer up on the boards. He's trying to build that momentum to get back to Dudek. Can make it work. 3 laps left. Royer up top, Dudek on the bottom. Royer's got nothing for him at the moment. Dudek goes back to that top line now in 3 and 4. Royer kind of bangs the wall. Got to look out for back there. Gunnar Harris all the way from last into 3rd now. Royer runs the slider, low slider on Dudek. Dudek cuts right down underneath him and pulls it off. Dudek back to the lead. Royer now down to the bottom. Slides up, gets into Connor Dudek. Dudek into the fence for the lead. That lets Gunnar Harris get back to them. Harris to the lead now on the last lap. 1 lap to go. Harris on the top. Harris protects with the slider line in 3 and 4. Off the wall. Coming to the checkered flag. Harris, Royer. Chad Griggs, Vinny Sansone, Brent Hagan, and Connor Dudek.